Hi everyone, Julia here from the Art of Creating, and today I'm on Crafty Maven Getaway channel again with In Your Pocket Tuesday. You can see the inspiration piece for this week that I was working with, and basically what I took from the inspiration piece was the colors, and what I saw in those colors is paint brush strokes. The way that one of the pictures in the inspiration piece sort of looked, it just to me it looked like brush strokes with paint, and also some geometric shapes that I wanted to include on this project life spread. So I've taken some acrylic paints and I've just selected a few blue colors and some black and white, and I've just taken some scrap pieces of white paper, and at this point I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I'm just having a play, just putting some color down, trying to replicate those brush strokes that I saw in the inspiration piece, trying to also replicate the color a little bit, as there was a few blues, a few teals and things like that. So I'm just basically playing around with the paint and the paper and putting some color down, and after that, when it dries, I will decide what I'm actually going to do with it. So I'm going through and mixing some blues. In some cases I add a bit of black to make it darker. In some cases I'm adding a bit of white. And the idea here is not actually to mix the colors, but so that the different color brush strokes are prominent on the paper, and so that you can see all the different colors and different color brush strokes to create kind of stripes and just a variation of color. And that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want like a solid color background. I wanted to see all that texture. So I just picked out a few scraps and putting it down. I haven't actually selected any specific color, any specific sizes for them. I've just taken the scraps that I had laying around, and then I'm going to trim them down and decide what to do. So this black piece that I have created, I decided to use it for my title page, and I've decided to do some hand lettering with white paint on top of that black paint. It's kind of a square. I'm not sure if it's an exactly square, but I'm not going to use it as a square. I'm going to mount it on a 4x6 card. So I'm just trying to do some hand lettering. I've used a wide brush so that in some areas the brush strokes would be fairly wide, and then if I wanted them skinnier, I would just turn my brush to the side and have a graduation of shape, skinny to wide and vice versa. And because some of the paint has absorbed into the paper, I'm just going back through it and adding some more white paint to make it a bit wider. And acrylic paint dries fairly quickly. I did help it a bit with a heat gun, but it only took a few minutes to dry. So I've trimmed the things down to what I wanted to use it on, and the sizes that I wanted, and the leftover pieces I'm going to use on the other pages as I have more photos for this week. I also wanted to add those triangle shapes that I saw in the inspiration piece, and what I decided to do is just hand draw some lines and some triangles and make some lines a little bit wider, and sort of doodle on some other ones, and put it onto my mounting piece for the title page or the title card. And I'm using some Project Life cards from like a mini kit, and I've just selected a few colors that would match with the rest of the color scheme on the page. Added a bit of that black washi and mounted the whole thing onto my 4x6 card. And the paper did buckle a little bit, but once you put it in the pocket, you're not really going to notice it. I wanted to add a little bit of separation between the photos and the background that I've painted, because the background is fairly busy and fairly colorful, and I wanted my photo to stand out a little bit. So I've taken those small 4-inch doilies that I've got in my stash, and this particular one has got a bit of blue on the bottom of it. I've used it for another project earlier on, and I've used it actually as a mask. That's why there is a bit of blue ink spray on it from before. And then added another doily to the bottom right card for the same reason, just to separate the photo from the background a little bit, as the photo is a bit dark and the background is dark, and I needed something to make it stand out. Attaching some photos to the cards, and I didn't really do much embellishing on this page. I just thought, with all the painting that I've done in the background, I just wanted that to speak for itself and not overpower it with any other embellishments. I really like how this little strip of paint has turned out that I'm gluing now, sort of on the side there behind the photo. It really looks like different color brush strokes, and there is a lot of variation in color there, and at the end of the video there is some close-ups, so you will be able to see it better. But yeah, the brush strokes really have like an ombre effect in a few areas, so I just really like how it turned out there. I've taken a couple of little strips of this yellow and pink scrap piece of the card from the same collection that I'm working with, and I didn't really want the words on it. I just wanted a bit of yellow and a bit of pink color to add to the top left card, just to go with the rest of the paper, because there is a bit of yellow in other cards and bright pink in my shirt. So I wanted to add a bit of that color to the top left card because the black was standing out a lot, and there wasn't really any other color to add to it. And now I was actually being a bit lazy, so I've decided to staple some of the little labels that I have punched out with my EK Success punch, and I've realized that I actually had pink staples in my stapler, so those colors matched perfectly, and I've just decided to use them on a whole heap of those little labels that I've punched out. I've stamped my date at an angle on the top left card, which is my title card, just to go with the lines that I have drawn, like those little triangles and the different shapes. Added a bit more washi to the top right card, and adding my journaling. There's not a lot of journaling, but I've just added it on the labels, and I have rounded off all my corners on the cards. And here are some close-ups. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe to Crafty Maven Getaway if you're not a subscriber already, and also check out my channel. All the links will be in the description box below, and if you've got any questions, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching. Bye!